Hi guys, Tash here with some top 10s. I've done these odd videos before, sorry if you just hear me bang on the table. Also the cat's around, so if you hear jingling or meowing, it's because the cat's come. But yeah, I have done these odd times before, but it was mainly on my second channel that I have, which I share with some other people, like mainly just me and Charlotte. But I wanted to put them onto this channel and sort of update the videos because they were long and I don't think I did that many. I can't remember if I deleted them or not. I can't remember. But I just wanted to bring them over to this channel and start them up and sort of complete them and stuff. Because I just find them sort of fun to do. I know a lot of people do them, but honestly, I find them really fun to like look up, and it's just something to do. And just like thinking of your favourite moments and stuff with that Pokemon and everything. So, we're about to start then Kanto, the beginning of Pokemon with the original 150. I've got a cat tapping me on the shoulder. Well, on the elbow. She wants attention. Pokemon was my childhood and I still love Pokemon today, so eventually I will do the other regions and other themes of top 10s, like mostly all Pokemon. I'd probably do some other Pokemon and like anime and stuff like that, but we're focusing on Kanto today. But first, just so you know, these are my options. You may not like these Pokemon, that's okay, because we have our own reasons for liking certain Pokemon. I'm all about playing with your favourites, so it's like, no matter what, as long as you like them, then go for them. So a lot of these are probably going to be favourites because of, like, not because they're stats or how powerful they are, but because I just like them as a Pokemon. I like their design, and I've like probably played with them and just have like certain memories of these Pokemon. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on with this list. Number 10. Oh. Does anyone feel sleepy? Just take a nap. Yes, my number 10 is Jigglypuff, if you didn't know. I also like Wigglytuff too, but I have more memories of Jigglypuff more than Wigglytuff. Maybe it's because we share those big starry blue eyes. Either way, I always found it like funny when Jigglypuff popped up in the anime. It's one of my favourite things from the anime. It's probably one of the most things that like sticks out mostly to me in the anime. It's just seeing the Jigglypuff. I don't know about anyone else. And it just always made me laugh. Granted, I was like 4 at the time, so anything probably made me laugh. Like, anything now makes me laugh, to be honest. But when I think Pokemon, specifically the first generation, Jigglypuff just stands out for me, like Pikachu or Meowth did from the anime. It's up there with them. Even more so than any of the other Pokemon, even like what Ash had in his group and stuff. I always remember Pikachu. Like, if you give me like, oh, name 150 Pokemon, Jigglypuff is gonna be one of the first ones that come popping up in my head. I like the whole gimmick of putting people to sleep, and I kind of feel sorry for it because it just wants people to listen to its song without them taking a nap. I also like Wigglytuff from the Mystery Dungeon series, as it was in the series of Mystery Dungeon that I only ever completed. Like, I only ever completed one. I forgot which one it was. Is it Time of Darkness thing or something? It's to do with where you collect the time gears. That's the only one I ever completed, because I never really got much into the Mystery Dungeon series. But yeah, I did complete that one, and I do like the Wigglytuff in there because it's just those eyes. Number 9, Porygon. I just always wanted a Porygon. Yeah, they gave everyone a seizure. Well, technically that was Pikachu. Damn Pikachu. What did you do with Porygon? Anyway, when I saw it, I just wanted one, but I didn't know how to get one because I didn't have internet back then. So sadly, I never got one. I sucked at the casino, so I never got high enough to just win one. I never really spent much time in there. I didn't know that's where you got it. I just wanted to catch Pokemon and be out there. I thought you just could probably catch it in the wild or something. I don't know. Don't gamble, kids. Stay outside. Just play outside. playing Pokemon Go. But be careful, Kaz. I do have one in my games now, as they're a lot easier to catch, but I guess then it was more elusive because you never saw it, and even in the anime after that one episode, and Porygon just got banned out of the anime for life. I just like the idea of him, and I love his like evolutions too, where he's like glitching out and stuff. Although you kind of feel sorry for him because he's going a bit berserk, but I still like them. But I always like the original Porygon more than the other two, although the other two do make me laugh, especially the last one. Number 8. Team Mystic! Team Mystic! Team Mystic! Rest of teams suck. No, all kidding. Actually, I'm the only person in my area, because I live in a pretty small ruralish area. Although we do have a lot of Pokestops and gyms, a lot of people here are like Team Red or Team Yellow. I've yet to meet anyone on Team Blue. One of the gyms did get taken over by a blue team, and I was in there for like a while, and then, but it's one of the more further out gyms. Like, it's like you have to walk quite a way, and so a lot of people probably weren't going to take it over. But yeah, most of everyone is Team Red, and even Charlotte's Team Red. She betrayed me. But I guess, like, I just had to go for Team Blue because Articuno. Articuno is my favourite out of the 3 Legend Birds, and he's my number 8 on this list. And I like blue. I don't know, like, my hair's blue. I just have an obsession for the colour blue, always have. And Charlotte's like red, she has red hair, so I guess she has to be Team Red. And so yeah, that's probably why I like Articuno. I don't know. I like a lot of blue Pokemon. Well, moving on. I thought I just looked more elegant and majestic than the other two. I wasn't sure on how to obtain the legendary birds, because, like I said, I didn't have internet or anything. But I did have someone trade me one, but I wasn't allowed to keep it. She just, like, and I don't remember her ever telling me how to get them and stuff, and I don't know if I was, like, further enough in the game and stuff like that, because I was only young and I just, like, messed about on the game, probably never completed it, I don't remember. I think I got quite far in it and stuff, but yeah, I don't remember typically how far I got in the games and stuff, because I was one of them people who clicked A too fast and didn't read what people were saying, like the NPCs. But yeah, something weird happened when my friend sent me one over, and then when it was time to give her it back, it sort of multiplied. Like, it stayed in my game but was also on her game, and I can't seem to find anything like about a glitch of it. I guess it's like a clone like glitch thing or something like that, but it was fine in the game. It never did anything, but I just thought it was really cool because I had this like Articuno that I never had to go and find. So then the other Articunos just stood there in a cave somewhere, like waiting to be found and never will. Oh well, maybe it wants to be in the wild, I don't know. Number 7! Pikachu! The mascot of the series, Pikachu. He has to be on this list. I mean, well, I guess not everyone has to like him, but I do. Pikachu's everywhere in Pokemon. He's everywhere. And I don't mind because I love Pikachu, and I think he's a great design. That's why he's the mascot, because he appealed to everyone. I think everyone who was young and watched the anime just wanted to be Ash and have their own Pikachu and just have a Pikachu sat on your shoulders until you grew up and realised Ash is an idiot, but you still want a Pikachu. The first game I ever owned, and I mean the actual very first game and console that I ever owned, was Pokemon Yellow. I played the crap out of that game. Yes, I nearly killed my friend, so because he thought it'd be like funny. He's not even technically my friend at this point, or just someone who I know. He decided it was a bit funny to reset my game, and I nearly killed him, and never forgave him, and so mortal enemies now. But even so, I loved going back to it, and even after the whole Pokemon craze faded out, I guess it was even worse because I was in a rural village, and then it got stopped. It stopped getting shown on normal TV shows, I mean, you had to have, paid cable stuff, like Sky and stuff like that. And we never had that, so... But even so, even though I couldn't watch the anime anymore, I didn't know when the new animes came out, or the new games came out and everything, I still played on Pokemon Yellow on my game thing. And it was actually the only game I had growing up until the DS came out. And so yeah, I still carried on playing it, and the Pokemon cards. It was kind of weird because a lot of people, like, I guess, got on that way because I didn't have a lot of friends at the time, and then like a lot of people just stopped arguing because they wanted to trade with people. Like, your enemies became your friends, and then they just became bullies again. But at least Pikachu's my friend. Wow, that got really sad. Number 6, Mew. Most of my memories coming from the first Pokemon movie are just Mew in general. Like, I know it was mostly about Mewtwo and everything, but yeah, I just liked Mew in the movies, and it's the only, like, memories that I generally have of Mew, because I never glitched the game to get a Mew because I didn't know how to do that when younger, and I never heard the rumours of, like, Mew being under the truck and stuff, so I never spent ages all going, like, travelling to this truck and trying to find a Mew. I never got that, so I never heard this rumour when I was growing up. But the very first time that I ever had a Mew was the 20th anniversary event, which is going on this year, if it's still the same year that you're watching this in, 2016. So yeah, and like I was like straight into Pokemon me, putting my little Mew because he's so cute, and the movie is even cuter. I like it. My voice is just like Mew 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 Mew. But like, just like the memories that, like, when I think about like clips or whatever from the movie, the first thing that sticks out to me was the windmill thing when Mew was just riding the windmill, and I love, like, in X and Y in the museum, there's that picture of the windmill that Mew sits on and like goes up and down on the blade things of the windmill, and it was just like one of my favourite things in X and Y. Like, I liked a lot of the like throwback pictures in the museum, but that was just my favourite because of the feels. Number 5, Cubone. Cubone is just, I want to give him a hug, dude, and take care of him. He's just so sad. His story is so horrible and dark. Like, you can't believe that that actually was in a kid's game. And I guess I never really got it. I was too young. I knew that there was like Lavender Town, and Lavender Town was creepy and stuff like that. But I never really got the whole story of Cubone until I was a bit older. I'm like, oh my god, I just thought it was like a Pokemon with a skull on its head. I didn't know that like its mother had been killed and it's just wearing its mother's skull. I don't know where I thought the skull came from, but yeah, I didn't know. But like, I think it would just be me that like looking after all the orphaned Cubones. Like, come to me, I will love you. Because that's pretty much me now. With all the animals, like all the animals in the street, come to me, I love you, I'll meet you. Yeah, I'm gonna be one of those crazy cat ladies. Number 4, Ponyta and Rapidash. There was even a poll like a bit ago on favourite fire types, and Rapidash was the first one that leapt into mine because it's the only one that I've ever properly used on a team, like in the games, in the main games. I never really used fire types apart from I used a Pyro in X and Y, but mostly because like when Gen 6, came out, it was like I wanted all the newer Pokemon, and I sort of wanted to use Megas, but again I didn't because it meant having like a Pokemon from an older generation and stuff. I think there was like a few people like that come to my mind, and so I kept like swapping it out because when I did want to test out like Megas and stuff like that, I always swapped out my Pyro sort of thing, and it was just like, I know it was just there, and it did come to the Elite Four, but I still didn't like, I wasn't obsessed with it. I don't know. The only other reason I know was because the main like Mega that I had that I wanted to use was also a Water type, which I already had Froakie as well as a starter. But yeah, so it just got put there. Sorry, Pyro. It was the female one too, because actually I like the female Pyro, and like their gender differences. I like them both as a Pokemon, but they are just like, I mean, literally it's just a lion. I would rather take like an Arcanine or something over those, but I've never actually used an Arcanine either. Saying that, going on a rant here now. I've gone off script. I never got the idea of it not burning you, like in the anime and stuff where she explains that like it's to do with its friendship. If it likes you, its flames won't burn you. But that don't make no sense. Just like if the fire's friends with me, I'll put my hand in it. But I guess it don't. I guess like it's Pokemon. It's a magical fire unicorn, so I don't care. I do remember the episode. Like I guess that's the main episode that pops up into me when Ash is racing with the ponytails and stuff like that, because that girl like hurts herself or something. She can't race anymore. That's the main one I remember Ponyta being in, but it isn't generally why I like Ponyta, because it doesn't stick out as an episode to me. But it just comes to mind when I think of Ponyta and stuff. I also remember having a marble, like an actual like glass marble, and it had a Rapidash inside it, and I think I've still got it somewhere in a drawer, but I used to treasure it. Like, I used to love it, and I had, like, another marble which had a Pokemon in it as well, but it wasn't generally a Pokemon I liked, but I still had it. I think it was, like, Muck or something that was on it, so, but yeah, I used to love this Rapidash marble thing that I used to have, and yeah, I want a fire unicorn so that I can just ride it majestically and burn all my enemies. Number 3! Meowth! That's right! No. I'm not even gonna try and, like, attempt, like, Meowth, that's right! Oh my god, no, that just sounds, like, terrible. I can't do his voice. But, Meowth in the anime isn't the only reason why I like Meowths. But it probably did help. I do like it overall as a Pokemon because I like cats. I own cats. And I actually named my Meow after my cat that's called Mr. Pussycat, because I'm original. I come up with all the original names. I call them Mr. Meow since that fits better, like, because Mr. Pussycat doesn't actually fit in the, like, number of spaces Pokemon give you to nickname your Pokemon, but I think Mr. Meow sounds better because it's a meow, not a pussycat. But it's based off a pussycat. I mostly like his cute pre-evolution better, but I don't hate Purloin too. I do generally like evolve them and stuff like that. I did in my playthrough of Pokemon Blue and stuff recently when it came up with DS. But I guess like it always have like an evil it always had like an evil persona because it was Giovanni's like Pokemon in the anime, and the anime had just like a big impact on me on like how I perceived Pokemon, I guess, as being little, and I'm just like, no, it's evil, but I like Meowth. It's like, because I never really saw him as like a bad guy, because the Team Rocket are kind of just derpy. But yeah, obviously, I grew up on it, and I just like Meowth overall as a Pokemon. He was just interesting in the Pokemon anime that he could talk, and it's like, wait, why are they after this Pikachu? I mean, they have a talking Meow. But yeah, they're just dumb. I just can't hate on Team Rocket though, or Meowth. I do like the moments when he's not with Jesse and James a lot, with the other Pokemon and stuff like that. We get with Pikachu along and stuff like that. I know it's like some stupid bits now, like when you think back and you try and watch stuff now, and you think, oh my god, Team Rocket was kind of like thing. I actually enjoy like what's happening now, and like Jesse got like further ahead, but that's nothing to do with his top 10 list. But I did like him in Black and White, and I liked the whole thing when he like joined Ash's group and stuff like that. Because when I was little, like I just always wanted him to come onto like the good side, and then that kind of happened. But yet again, you knew he was like scheming and stuff, and they became like a lot more serious, and I kind of liked that. And now they've gone back to being like derpy and stupid. I don't mind them being a bit like that, but can we just leave the whole Pikachu thing out of this? What happened to the really cool Team Rocket? But yeah, I just like Meow. And even if they can't talk. And I also like him in the movie, actually, because he has a good quote in the movie. And I really like his backstory on how he learns to talk. But you don't have to talk for me, Meowths. I still think you're cute. Number 2. Squirtle and its evolutions, because there has to be a starter on here somewhere. Yes, I originally started with Pokemon Yellow, and my partner Pokemon was a Pikachu, But if I had the other games and got to pick from the original 3, I would have picked Squirtle. Straight up. I really like War Turtle out of all the designs. I don't know why his design just appeals to me more out of the 2 others, out of all 3 of them. He's one of my favourite middle stage evolutions overall. I like Squirrel because he's cute, and I like Blastoise too, and I guess War Turtle is like in between. He looks badass but also cute at the same time, and I just like his little ear things. But yeah, I just do have like a thing for blue Pokemon, I don't know. And water types in general. And I got Pokemon Blue when they came out for the DS, and I got myself a Squirrel. And also when I was playing Pokemon X, I got Squirrel then when you got to pick from the free Kanto Pokemon to have a Mega, even though I picked Froakie. I did use him occasionally, but not much because I did have Froakie and I wanted to use and test Froakie out since he was new. But I have got to use Mega Blastoise. I did like a few other replays on my X and Y and stuff like that, so I got to use them then. He was obviously one of the main characters in the anime because I shot him and stuff. And I always remember Squirrel with his shades, like in his like gang. I guess like in his first episode where he appeared and he's just like well, not gangster, I guess like there's just like a gang of thugs out there and stuff with their cool shades. And so yeah, I guess that kind of helped too, but I just liked him out of Ash's Pokemon as well. I did like Charmander's. I think Charmander had like the saddest story and I did really like Charmander, but overall like I just like Squirrel out of the 3. I do like the other 2 actually. There's not much far apart. I don't hate any of them and would happily have any of them, but Squirrel I just like that bit more. Number 1, Vaporeon! One of the original Eevee evolutions. I just feel like one has to be on here, or even an Eevee. And it just happens that it's my favourite because I like his design more than any of the other Pokemon in the game. Again, it's blue. I've just gone for blue. I love blue. I loved it as a kid though too. And I liked like the thing that it was like royal loving and also like a playful sort of Pokemon. It blows bubbles even though it can't learn bubble moves. What there? Anyway, I don't remember it much from the anime. I know there was the whole episode of Eevee and its evolutions, but that's not what really made me like it. I guess I do remember him because there was like the trainers that looked like them, and Pokemon Go now you've got to nickname them to get your Vaporeon or whatever you want to get after what they nicknamed then. Like you have to call, if you want it to be a Vaporeon, you had to call it Rainer or something, but I don't really remember that from the animes and stuff. It's too far back. But I just liked it overall, even if I did pick Squirtle, because I guess it made sense in Pokemon Yellow because I needed a water type too. I didn't really need electric type because I had a Pikachu, and I had Rapidash too as a fire starter. Not a fire starter. Yeah, he starts fire, but as my fire type in the game. So Vaporeon made more sense, but it didn't make a lot more. It made less sense in Pokemon Blue, but I did use it anyway because I just have to use a Vaporeon. I need it. I did swap it out occasionally, but I did use it mostly in the Elite Four and stuff. And I taught it a few different moves than Squirtle just to make it a bit more useful so that I've got a bit more coverage and stuff with them. But I just had to have it. I can't do the original Pokemon without having Vaporeon on my team, even if it means having 2 water types, which is really annoying. But yeah, so that's it for this top 10, my top 10 Kanto Pokemon. Let me know your favourites in the comments below. But that's it from me, so bye!